Question. Hi Kim, I seem to have a fear of getting sick. I can sometimes get too preoccupied with worries, anxiety about my health, and would sometimes think my body is a ticking time bomb that can at any time manifest a disease. What is the master habit behind this fear? How do I begin to chip away at it? Perhaps you can advise on a systematic path to transcend this. What invocations to do and what books or series of books to read in order to help me not be afraid of sickness, doctors, diagnosis, tests, etc. Thank you for bringing the message of the Masters to Earth, Kim. Well, I have given these teachings about the subconscious selves. I have a couple of breakthrough videos where I talk about this, and I have other videos where I talk about it. So basically this fear comes from one or several subconscious selves that you created in past lives. And this is of course very understandable, especially when you look back at societies just before modern medicine, how many people died at a young age and died of diseases that are now curable. So it's very understandable that we all have these selves that fear that our bodies could get sick and die, or there could be an accident or whatever. And I don't know that I can give you a systematic path for overcoming this particular problem, because for me it was sort of a side effect of walking the spiritual path in general, where I came to understand these teachings about the subconscious selves. And when I understood this, I understood that this fear of being sick is coming from a subconscious self. And it's understandable that I had the self, but I just saw that it's limiting me. And I came to see it. I used the tools for letting it go. I have the book Healing Your Spiritual Traumas, which talks about this, but also talk about in several videos, including some of my breakthrough videos about how to let go of these subconscious selves. So it's really a matter of that. But for me, it wasn't like I said, this is my major problem and now I want to work on this. It was just something that came up as I was walking the spiritual path in general and applying these teachings about the subconscious selves. But if it is a very big fear for you, then obviously you can apply these tools to expose the subconscious selves and come to see there could be more than one self, of course, but see what the selves are projecting at you. What your fear is, what your feelings are about it, but go beyond the feelings and see that there's a belief somewhere. And I would suspect, at least I remember from myself, that for me it was tied into this sense that I have a mission in life, I have a divine plan, something I need to do in life, and if my body suddenly got sick, I wouldn't be able to fulfill it. And it was also tied into something from past lives where you can see that you are right at the point where you're starting your mission in life, and then your body gets sick and you die. And then you have to come back into embodiment, start all over again, and grow till adult age where you can start your mission. So there was this sense of, having to go through all that again. And it was just these subconscious selves, and I just used the tools to look at them and say, well, but really also what helped me was this understanding that the Earth is an unnatural planet, and there is no guarantees of anything here. And this was also a gradual process where I gradually came to accept what kind of a planet I'm on. And I sort of adjusted my expectations to that. So I'm looking at myself, I'm 67 years old. How can I know how long my body can sustain itself? I can't know. But I'm just focused on doing what I see that I'm here to do, and expecting that I have more time left. And if that turns out not to be the case, well, then I go out of embodiment. So what's the big deal? You know, this has happened many times before. So it was kind of like first of all, looking at these selves that are specifically related to dying or illness, and then also accepting what kind of planet I'm on, that there is no guarantee. And I think generally speaking, there's this comment about be afraid of sickness, doctors, diagnosis, tests, etc. I always felt, even as a child, I remember going to the dentist while I was in school. I always felt there was a certain challenge in keeping my cool, staying calm and relaxed. And the same thing with doctors. So I'm not saying that necessarily helps you, because again, there are some subconscious selves that make you fear doctors and stuff. So if you look at those and resolve them, you can come to a point where you don't fear it. I remember working with myself where a couple of years ago I had to go to the hospital and have some minor operation done. And I just tried to look at it as an experience. It's just one of the kind of experiences you can have on Earth. And that helped me get through it. It's just another experience, like so many other experiences. Having to go to the grocery store, having to go to the bathroom, having to clean the house, having to mow the lawn. It's just experiences we can have on Earth. And we just have to get through it so we can move on with life. I honestly don't know if that really helps you, what I've said here, but hopefully there's something in there that you can use to overcome this fear. Because any kind of fear that's strong, it really is a subconscious self. And I suspect that it's part of your divine plan. You want to overcome this fear, and that's why you have put yourself in a situation where it's becoming worse so that you can't ignore it, so you have to deal with it. So that's why I'm saying there are certainly tools you can deal with this. If what I've said here doesn't help you, try various kinds of therapy to release this fear.